I asked some of you about your personal finance struggles, and some of you even mentioned that it's really difficult to finally spend your money after all of this time scrimping and saving and doing your best to make sure that it grows for you. In this video, I'll break down how you can enjoy your money guilt-free. Hey, my name is Mauli Vodi with Financially Present, your one-stop shop for financial and investment education, and we're going to talk about what it means to finally spend the money you've been spending so much time growing and accumulating, because we all know we can't take it with us. You'll hear time and time again that there's no moving truck attached to a hearse. So there needs to be some level of balance of enjoying your money, but also making sure you have enough to live off of, right? What happens is you're going to have this internal battle, and this is something that I still deal with actively. It's your current self arguing with your future older self. In the now, you're realizing that you're working so hard and sometimes you can't see the end of the light, or the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're wondering what you're even doing all this for. So in your level of tiredness and exhaustion, you have to figure out how you want to be able to enjoy your money. And then on the flip side, you have that older version of yourself that is looking at what you're doing right now, and they're just shaking their head. They're just like, you're really gonna need that money that you're blowing. How do you find the balance? Well, in this video, I have 4 tips that you can use to make sure that you can spend guilt-free. And it does take a little bit of time, but you'll get there, I promise. So I've always been someone who's been very conscious about money. Growing up, we didn't have much. So when I started to accumulate things, I would be very focused on what I accumulated, to the point where I don't always enjoy all of the spending. So I've had to kind of coach myself through these type of things to sometimes take a victory lap, even though there's a lot of work that's still left to be done. Because what happens is that victory lap, that break, so to speak, is something that can rejuvenate you so that you can be a better steward of your time and your resources to those around you. So even a knife needs a break from cutting in order to be sharpened, because it's going to be a better knife through that sharpening process. And that's really what we're talking about when it comes to enjoying your money. It helps you being able to, reward yourself and further the benefit that you can provide to yourself and others. So first things first, number 1, just start small and keep it regular. It doesn't have to be anything very big. It could just be maybe you put some money aside for a purchase. Maybe you've been wanting some shoes, or a particular shirt or something, and you want to be able to buy it. Maybe it's on sale, maybe it's not. But ultimately, if you reward yourself on a regular basis, it's something that of a reminder to know that, hey, all of this saving and all of this grinding and hustling is not just for nothing. At least you can enjoy it. It can be something as small as a spa day, or something you can work your way up to. But if it's small and it's regular, then ultimately it's something that will be a good reminder that, hey, there's something of a reward on the horizon that I can enjoy. Number 2, I want you to talk about it. So it could be something that's just on the horizon, like maybe a trip that you're planning, or something that you really been looking to do, or show you want to see something. It could be anything. But if you can vocalize it to other people, you can actually have others that celebrate you and can remind you of, hey, did you get a chance to go ahead and take that break you were looking to do, or to have, or did you go ahead and go and see that show you've been wanting to see for so long? The anticipation sometimes ends up being better than the actual reward itself, but that emotional support that you can get from people who are rooting for you, like that's unparalleled. So if you can talk about some of these ways that you'll reward yourself or spend this money, 1, it helps overcome some of that internal battle that you have with yourself, and then 2, it helps other people just celebrate you as well. Number 3, I want you to make sure that it's actually fun. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with having like a lunch to yourself, or a special dinner, or some type of thing here and there. But you want it to be something that's memorable and enjoyable, something that's fun, something that maybe you can tell a story about. I know recently for me, and this is something that I tend to struggle with, but because I've laid the foundation of other financial benefits and other financial just pillars, then it creates room for you to spontaneously just celebrate. So just recently I was able to, with the help of my in-laws taking our kids, we were able to just spend some time, just spend a day out on the town and go see a play on Broadway and just have a nice evening where it was just something that we hadn't been able to do in a very long time. And something like that helps you understand that, hey, it's great to enjoy the fruits of your labor, right? But in order to do something like that, there had to be some cushion involved. There's had to be some level of other preparation. So there has to be some regular savings occurring. There has to be some regular investing in order for, for us to just be able to overcome this emotionally, like taking this financial burden that is more of a reward, right? So being secure ultimately in other areas allows the spontaneity in this instance. In taking that time away, it really rejuvenated us in the sense that this was a lot of fun. It's something that we're going to remember for a very, very long time. And it's going to help us be more fruitful and just better for our kids and our friends and our families. And the last thing that I want you to do, and I honestly think this is the most important thing that helps you enjoy some of the spending that you can do right now while you have time, and that's get life insurance. It's extremely important. Life insurance should be part of any investment profile, okay? And maybe it's not like you see the value go up and down every day, right? But it allows you to know that you can assume some level of risk. So for me, I'm team term insurance, right? I like term life insurance. I know there's term, there's whole life, and all types of whole life. But ultimately, having some type of policy in place allows you to understand that, if something were to happen, there is something in place for your loved ones that you would leave behind. And insurance and investments, they should complement your lifestyle, right? If you know that you don't like taking too many risks, then maybe that's where you start to venture into other types of insurance policies and things like that. But for most people who are comfortable investing in the stock market, having a term life policy would be very helpful and simple enough, because when the term's over, you should be in a better financial situation. If you want to understand a little bit more about life insurance policies, check out my book, 100 Critical Tips to Building Generational Wealth, and you'll see a little bit more of what I talk about in there and how you can outweigh the balances or the benefits of term life versus whole life. Look, I know there's a lot of guilt that can be associated with enjoying your money, and it's very challenging, especially if you're a parent with young kids too. But trust me, take a moment, tell your older self that you got this under control. Make sure you have things like a life insurance policy in place. You are ready to celebrate. You can start small, making sure that it's fun and that it's something that's memorable for you, because this is something that ultimately you can't take all of your money with you when you go. So you have to have things in place so that all of this isn't just for nothing, right? For me, I value quality time, and that's why when I have opportunities to do this, whether it's travel or spend time with people, I jump all the way in. What is it for you? What is something that you've been wanting to celebrate for so long that you kind of feel guilty about, but you're willing to get ready and take that leap, right? Is it your investing that needs to be fine-tuned? Is it your life insurance policies that need to be in place to make you more comfortable to do these things? I'd love to know in the comments below. Go ahead, hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe if you're new to the page, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on future content. And until next time, stay present.